What's up, guys? So for anybody who's been watching my channel for any length of time, you know what a fan I am of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. I am a lifelong fan, been watching for many years, have the collection back here, and as a fan of that form of entertainment, I would have to say that yesterday, July 22nd, 2022, will probably go down as one of the biggest bombshells in the history of the business. I mean, you honestly have to look and say nothing will ever be the same again after yesterday, as Vince McMahon, the CEO and chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment, has retired at the age of 77, and there's been a lot going on with a lot of lawsuits and allegations, and it's not been looking good for him. He's been under investigation for a while, and yesterday he announced his retirement. He kind of tried to blame it on old age. I think it probably had more to do with lawsuits and allegations than old age myself, but anyway, this is huge. This is like momentous. This is something that nobody would have ever dreamed would happen. I think everybody is like me and thought that if he was ever not involved with WWE, it would be because he died. I mean, honestly, it was like he's gonna die and that's the only way they're gonna get him out of there, because he's been that much. And I'm sorry if you hear my puppy barking in the background. He's ready to wake up from his nap in his crate. But anyway, he's been so involved with everything for like decades and decades, and he has built this form of entertainment up to what it is today. It is a global phenomenon. They bring in billions of dollars, and it has just been this humongous thing, and he made it that. And all of the different guys that have come through, like The Rock and John Cena and Hulk Hogan, I mean, he was the one who put them out there. So to hear that he's not even involved with WWE anymore, it is bizarre. It is surreal. It is something that you can't even imagine. As wrestling fans here, we are officially in uncharted waters at this point, because we don't know what WWE looks like without Vince McMahon. We have no way to know who's in charge. I mean, Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon have been made the co-CEOs, and Triple H has been made the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. So, I mean, we know that, but what's going to change? Is anything going to change? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse? What's going to happen to all the wrestlers? Like, is there going to be a big change in direction? Who knows? It is bizarre to see a world where WWE exists without Vince McMahon even being involved. You just don't know. You don't know what in the world's going to happen. But I think yesterday is probably the biggest bombshell, the biggest development in the history of wrestling, just beating out when Vince bought WCW back in 2001, which I thought before this was probably the biggest thing that had ever happened. And now this, I mean, I don't even know what to compare this to. I don't even know what to compare this to. The guy who has run this company, not just for the last 10 years, but for decades and decades, is gone. I don't know. I hope that Triple H is given a prominent role in the creative direction. I don't know. It's kind of like, what in the world happens next? It's weird. It's exciting. People are trying to work through this Vince McMahon thing, and it's weird because the allegations that are out there are not good. They're not good. And one can assume if it was bad enough for him to retire, it's probably going to get worse. I mean, the common sense would tell you. And so you got a lot of people who are wanting to thank him and, talk about what a legend he is. And, that's true. Professional wrestling as it is today, it would not exist without Vince McMahon. He is the most influential person ever in that business. But there's some pretty bad things out there right now about him. And you can't just ignore those. And you can't just act like those didn't play a role in him retiring. I think everybody knows this would not have happened if those allegations weren't there. You can talk about being 77 years old all you want to, but that wasn't bothering you before these allegations came out. So, I don't know. It is uncharted waters, as I said, for WWE and for wrestling fans, trying to guess where this thing goes. I don't think there'll be any drastic changes overnight, but you may come back in 6 months and say, wow, things have really changed since Vince retired. I don't know. It is baffling. It is wild. It is something I never thought I'd see the day where Vince McMahon was living and breathing and not in charge of anything with World Wrestling Entertainment. It is bizarre. What, if you're a wrestling fan, you're watching this, let me know in the comments, where do you think this thing goes from here? Do you think it's going to get better? Do you think it's going to get worse? Do you think it's not going to change at all? I mean, his own daughter is now the co-CEO, so, I mean, she learned everything she knows from him, so you could use that as an argument that things really won't change that much. But I don't know. I think the creative direction of the storylines and stuff is what's going to matter most to the fans, because that's what affects us most, because that's what we watch all the time. So let me know what you think. Who do you want to take over? Who do you want to be in charge? If you're not a wrestling fan and you've made it this far into the video, why? But let me know. What do you think? What would you like to see happen? What changes would you like to see take place? I'm going to go take care of my puppy right now because he's got obedience training coming up. But let me know what you think about this craziness with Vince McMahon. Take it in, soak it up. Bye.